I really wasn't expecting to make a video like this early into my YouTube career. Honestly, I don't really see why I'm making this video because I really doubt that anyone's going to really be interested in what I have to say. However, a lot of emotion has kind of been pent up the past couple days, and I feel like this would probably be the best way. This probably be the best way to kind of vent. About 3 days ago, I found out, or rather, the world found out that the content creator Etika had took his own life. It's been rough on a lot of people. He was very influential, and it's been tough. Personally, and this is why I'm not really sure if I'm justified to make a video on this topic, but I really didn't know him that well. As in, I didn't really watch his stuff. I saw some clips from his streams, but that was really about it. And it's only been lately that I've got to learn more about him and what he did. However, that's not what I'm here to talk about today. Today, I would like to talk about a quite literal piece of shit that has been existing on YouTube for far too long. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce you to I'm Jaystation, a moderately sized YouTuber, 4.5 million subscribers. I'm not really sure how he's gone this long. He does vlogs, prank videos, overnight challenges, 3 a.m. challenges, that kind of shit. You know, it's the stuff that really only younger, more younger audience would really be interested in. Does a lot of clickbait type shit. He's one of those YouTubers. And how I got to, I guess, discover his existence was from a video he made about Etika, which, since I initially saw it, he's changed the name of the video. How funny. Originally, the video was called, I'm trying to remember correctly, it was contacting Etika with the Ouija board. Some stupid shit like that, gone wrong, whatever, gone sexual, I don't care. Essentially, he made a video about the situation not even 24 hours after it happened. Or maybe it was a bit longer than that. I don't know. It wasn't a very long time after it happened. Word just broke out, and he decided to make a video on it. So, as I said, he has definitely changed the name since then, because if we take a look here, that dislike ratio, holy shit. So, yeah, anyways, I would like to, give this video a watch, and just kind of comment on some of the problems I see with this, and try to give my synopsis on this, because I do have quite a bit to say about this individual in question. So let's just jump right into it, shall we?
What's poppin', guys? I just got back from the middle of nowhere in an insane asylum. I checked Twitter right now, and I saw the most horrific news I've ever seen, man. Honestly, guys. And it comes from comments on my YouTube channel telling me, Jay, you better not do the Ouija board on Etika. Hell no, I'm not gonna do the Ouija board on Etika, bruh. You know what, man? I see a lot of these YouTubers tweeting about Etika. Oh, you're my best friend. Oh, this guy's the greatest. I see people making YouTube videos about it, bro. They not doing shit, bro. So what? Your YouTube video don't have ads, bro. Donate to that shit. If you're not donating to Etika or his family or mental health when you're tweeting about it, or you're making a YouTube video about it, you doing it for attention, bro.
As you can probably already hear from some of the garbage that is spewing out of this man's mouth, the mental retardation is just setting in right now. Essentially, you guys heard him. I shouldn't have to restate everything he said. But in a nutshell, how I'm gathering it is he's saying, unless you're donating to these charities, you have no right to say anything about Etika or his family. And to me, that's kind of retarded. I will admit that there's a lot of people out there who probably didn't know Etika very well who are trying to just kind of jump on the bandwagon, being like, oh yeah, me and him were great friends, this, that, and the other. But that's not everyone, and that's not a claim that you can make. You can't claim that everyone who has shown their sympathies towards Etika and his family are those kind of people. You can't say that. That's retarded. That doesn't make any sense. It is possible to feel sympathy towards someone and their situation without being very close to them. Like, for me, for example, I wasn't very close to Etika. I didn't really watch a whole lot of his stuff. I didn't really know much about him until recently. But does that mean that I'm not allowed to wish the best for Etika's family? Like, you can't. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense at all.
So when you're gonna get mad at me for the Ouija board, you're doing the same shit. It's for attention. Who cares about the ads, bro? You think this YouTuber with 4 million subscribers care about $500 from a YouTube video? He'll take the ads off and be like, oh well. You don't really care though. You're just doing it for attention, bro. Look, man, I almost died like a week ago, bro. For real, bruh. I'm up in my car right now. I'm ready to die, bro. I feel like I'm gonna get murdered, bruh. You know what that feels like?
Alright, to clarify, because I didn't really touch on this, the whole him almost being murdered. Essentially, he made a video not too long ago talking about how he had been, like, robbed and had the shit beat out of him. I don't really see how this is relevant here, besides the fact that a lot of people were calling him out on it. A lot of people were saying that it was fake because he didn't really want to go into a whole lot of detail. And a lot of people called him out for it. So I don't really understand why he's bringing this up now. It just doesn't make sense to me. Like, this isn't about you getting robbed or you nearly dying. That's not what this is about. The only reason you're making this video is to make yourself look like a good guy and to get attention for it. And that's ridiculous. That is so stupid.
And then people are saying online that shit is fake, my dude. Bro, you can't tell the difference between my regular video and this shit. I don't want people to make YouTube videos about me. Okay, if I thought I was about to die. And in my brain, I thought about, man, are people gonna think this is a joke? What are they gonna do, man?
As I quite literally just mentioned, I'm really failing to see a connection between Etika and you getting robbed. I don't see a connection here. Maybe there is some kind of, silver lining that I'm failing to notice, but it doesn't make sense to me. All right, this isn't about you getting robbed or not. All right, this isn't about whether you're telling the truth or not. Okay, I don't really see why it matters. All right, from the sounds of it, you're using this as a way to try to get people to stop making claims that it was fake. Which again, this doesn't really seem like a good time to be doing that. It just doesn't fit. Like, why are you talking about this now? It doesn't make sense.
I thought I was legit about to die. And I'm like, man, they better not do no freaking Ouija board about me, bruh. That really had me thinking, bruh, about everything I did. About those videos I made. Doing the Ouija board. It's not a joke, bro. It's not a joke. It is not a joke. And these people, just because they remove the ads, they doing it for the same reason, bruh.
Alright, so go and do a bit of detective work here. I guess the reason why he's saying, talking about his whole, near-death experience thing was he's worried that what if he did die and people did the exact same shit that he did. And it's kind of funny because he makes it sound like, he's saying this isn't a joke. And it's like, I'm pretty sure everyone understood that besides you. Because you were the one making the videos trying to contact people days after they died. Like, honestly, it really shouldn't take you getting robbed to figure out that that's some pretty messed up shit. Like, to be honest, it's not rocket science. You don't do that. It's disrespectful. Yet, for some reason, you getting robbed was the wake up call you needed to say this isn't a joke. Yet, whenever you first released the video, you used the clickbait saying that you were going to contact Etika using a Ouija board, which you've done shit like that before. But now you're talking about how people shouldn't do that. And it's... I'm losing brain cells just listening to this guy try to defend himself. Like, it shouldn't have took you getting robbed to figure out that what you did was pretty messed up. It shouldn't have took you getting robbed. It should have been something that you thought about before you made those videos. Let's just keep going.
If it's not money, it's for attention. Don't act like you're the guy's best friend, because you weren't, bro. Don't act like he was the most best person and you can vouch for him, because you can't, bro, because you don't know him. But what you can do, bro, is you can put money towards mental health, bro, because this is a real deal. This is a real deal, bro. I'm a big YouTuber, bro. I feel like people think that YouTubers are just like a cartoon character, like they don't really exist, like they're just in the internet. That is not true, man. We are real people. Etika really jumped off a bridge, bro. This is not for no YouTube. It wasn't part of his act, bro. It was a real deal, bro. This happens to people. Not only just big YouTubers, it happens to everybody.
Alright, so for the first time in this video, he actually said something, he rubbed those two brain cells together and actually formulated a semi-okay point. And as I mentioned before, there are people who, much like this man right here, will try to get fame from the shortcomings of others. I mean, this, it happens. Another thing that this guy says, this monkey says, is not all YouTubers, YouTubers are still human. Alright, that's the moral of this story, apparently. There's like 7 of them. I'm having issues keeping up. But YouTubers aren't human. There's a lot more that goes on in the background that, that isn't shown. Being on YouTube is putting on a mask. Whenever the cameras turn off, whenever the mic turns off, the mask comes off. There's a lot that people don't see going behind the scenes. And that is something that should be understood. I mean, I'm not saying that this justifies, this one point justifies this video, or any of the other points he's made. It's like, he's kind of insensitive about his delivery. He's blunt, but insensitive. I mean, it's still ridiculous that he's trying to put himself out there as being the good guy whenever he really is kind of doing the same shit. And he's justifying it because he put money towards, the different charity funds surrounding Etika and his family. Like, that's his justification for making this clickbait video, is I gave him $2,500 so I can go on here and say whatever the hell I want because I gave them money. No, that's not how that works. Alright? You can't buy the right to just be a dickhead. Alright? That's not how that works.
Robin Williams, man. Okay? Money don't make you happy. Just because you got followers doesn't mean you're not a real human being with real emotions. And I really gotta say it right now. I looked up Etika as soon as I heard about it, and I saw a bunch of comments, bunch of video, like people made actual videos about Keemstar. Yeah, it's Keemstar's fault. Because he's hard on mental health. YouTubers just putting, I'm depressed, guys. I'm depressed. I'm breaking down. I got depression. Or I do something bad. It's because I was depressed. He's hard on that shit because you know what? It's true, bro. These YouTubers are doing this, making 5 different videos about being depressed. Bro, I'm sad too, bro. But I'm not about to say I got depression, dude. Because you know what, man? If you didn't feel like Etika did, you don't got depression, my dude.
I find what he said about the depression to be rather interesting. It's a slippery slope. I don't think you can say that if you're depressed enough to end your own life, or if you're not depressed to end your own life, then you're not depressed. That doesn't make much sense either. But what was I expecting from this man? This pinnacle of knowledge. No, I don't think this idea is a very healthy one. The idea that coming out and looking for help is shown as attention, because a lot of times stuff like that is seen as looking for attention, looking for help. I don't think that is a very healthy way of looking at it. I will admit, because I've had my personal experience with people like this who will use depression as a form of attention, but you can't allow those kinds of, you can't allow those specific people to blind your view on everyone in that same boat. That's very narrow-minded, very weak thinking. People searching for help should not be seen as people looking for attention and dismissed. People trying to get the help they need shouldn't be seen as something that should be shamed, in something that's labeled a weakness. And I'm not gonna, I'm not here to say, oh, that's how it always is, because it's not. But what what this man's saying right here just doesn't sound right to me. You can't say that every person who's ever searched for help is doing it out of attention, and you can't say that people aren't depressed unless they're ready to go and take their own lives. That's very narrow-minded thinking, and it's ridiculous. Like, you would have to be an advanced level of dumb to really be able to step back and look at things that way, in my opinion.
You don't got depression. You're doing it for attention. So next time you sad, suck it up, bruh, and just give your fans what they want to see. Because they don't want to see that stuff, bruh. You don't know how it feels to feel what Etika felt, bruh. It's not a joke at all, bruh. I'm so tired of it. I want to say I'm sorry for making this Mac Miller Ouija board video, the X video. I want to say I'm so sorry, bro. Because it's not till recently, this like last week, and Etika, where I really thought about it. It makes me disgusted of what I did. I want to say I'm very sorry. And I want to make a new thing on YouTube about, if you're going to tweet about this guy dying, if you're going to pretend like you were his friend, put some money at least to something like his funeral. You got to support these people. Put some money. Donate some money. Or else you're doing it for pure attention.
So those of you who kind of zoned out, went a little bit brain dead from all the retardation that is entering your veins right now, essentially, he continued to say that being, searching for help or being open about it is almost always a form of attempting to get attention. And if you're sad, get over it. As I already said, my little, I don't even know what you want to call it, my little, a little statement on the fallacy of that claim. I'm not going to go back into detail, because obviously you just watched it. However, he does go out to say that, unless you're donating money, then you can't say that you really feel bad. Chief, I hate to break it to you, but right now, all you're really doing is making it look like you're trying to put yourself on a higher pedestal than everyone in existence. As I mentioned, almost right off... No, hang on, this next video. Anyways, he's been talking about how he donated money. Alright? There's nothing wrong with donating money to, a charity. There's nothing wrong with that. However, I hate to break it to you, buddy, but it's also been, I guess, established that going out and trying to brag about you donating to certain charities is usually also a sign of attention. is a way for you to try to make yourself look better than everyone else. And that's kind of messed up too, especially whenever it's something like this. You know, a lot of people get criticized because they want to talk about how, oh, I'm such a good person because I do this. There's something called being humble, and those kinds of people are not humble. And you're not making yourself look like a good guy by going out and saying, well, I donated this amount of money, so unless you're donating, then you're not on my level. You know, that's ridiculous. That's so dumb. So dumb. But again, what should we expect?
Who cares if you don't put YouTube ads on? You're doing it for attention. Because Buddy dies, and you're going to get 500,000 people watching you that you never did before, bro. They're going to watch your future videos that got ads on them, bro. How are people so blind to see that what these people are doing, bro? Donate, bro. If you actually care, donate. That's all I want to say, man. That's all I want to say, bro. Like Philip DeFranco, bro. Come on, dude. You putting out that video. Oh, you didn't have ads? So what, bro? You link a friggin' helpline.
At this point, it's just becoming, reiterating what he said. If you don't donate, you're not on his level. People who don't donate aren't actually, they don't care. They're not sympathetic. Again, it's so dumb. It's so dumb. It's funny because the only reason, the hypocrisy in his statements is ridiculous. He's talking about how people make videos, talking about, Etika's, how he's such a good friend and all that, and I donated this, that, and the other. And this is exactly what this video is. This is all this is. It's him talking about how he's humble bragging that he donated money. He's talking about how all of YouTube is, below him because they're not actually donating. And they're not, real friends of Etika, and they really don't care. And it's so dumb. It's so stupid. It doesn't make sense that anyone can take this man seriously, because it's stuff like this that really shows how much he actually knows. It's like saying that people can't be depressed unless they're going to, ready to go out the next day and end their life. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. It's ridiculous. And this isn't we still have a whole nother video to watch, and it's angering me that I have to listen to this man speak, because it's so dumb. It's so dumb. He has no idea what he's talking about. He's sitting here trying to paint himself a good guy by saying people who make videos about it are fake. And you're not real unless you donate. And it's like, he thinks that by donating money to a charity, he can say whatever the hell he wants. And it's ridiculous. It is so stupid. I cannot take this man seriously. Any hope that I had for him, which was zero, is remained at zero. So I'm not even going to bother watching the rest of this. There is a ad at the end of it. He's been talking about people who put ads in their videos covering Etika are awful people, and he puts an ad. I'm pretty sure later he tries to justify that one ad, even though he just said, right here, that if you put ads in your videos, then, your videos covering Etika, then, you're just trying to make money off of it. And it's so dumb. It's so stupid. Alright, so up next we have his little follow-up video discussing his reasoning for making his first video on Etika. It appears after watching it, giving it a once through, that this was mostly a retaliation video towards Charlie, or Penguins. He ended up making a video discussing the absurdity of what Jaystation had to say about Etika. It is referenced a couple times in this video. But yeah, this is what this video really seems like is a retaliation video against Charlie for saying pretty much the same shit that I said. So I guess it's time to give it a watch.
There has been so much that has gone on within the last 24 hours. And before I start the video today, I want to say rest in peace to Etika. This man changed my life forever. Forever. What just happened connected with me on some deep level that I don't think anybody really understands. Before I made yesterday's video, I had already donated $2,500 to his family's charity.
I'd like to once again make a note of the fact that Jaystation has yet again low-key bragged about his little donation, which, you know what? Jaystation, I'll give you this. Kudos for donating. However, trying to use it as justification is pretty dumb. Still, $2,500. That's more than I've had, my entire life. It's good that the charities are getting money, and I guess in some way it's good that Jaystation did donate, but all he's making it look like from this video and the last video is the only reason why he donated was so he could call out other people for not donating. That's really what it looks like, and it really does make it look suspicious. It's good that $2,500 went to Etika and his family. However, the fact that I'm Jaystation is using it as a tool to justify pretty much saying that he's above everyone else is still not cool. It's still not right that's really what it looks like. That's what it looks like. He's not making any effort to make it look like he did this out of the pureness of his heart. He just keeps throwing it up every couple of seconds to say, hey, I donated, so it looks like anyone else who hasn't donated just isn't real. And it's really dumb.
Before I made the video, as soon as I looked into Etika, it hit me so hard. I felt such a connection with this whole entire story. I instantly said, I want to support this.
So, you wanted to support it by making a clickbait video about it.
And I'm an influencer. So my goal is to influence everyone. Whether you come and see me as hate or you come and you see me as love, my goal is to influence you into donating as well. So I want to take today, this time, to clear up all of the misunderstanding that's gone on from my last video.
Yes, please clear up the misunderstanding as to why you felt that the best way to show your support to Etika and his family would be to make a clickbait video about it, and then use said clickbait video to call out other people for not being as gracious as you. Please, fill us in. I'm curious. I want to know.
Like I said, I donated $2,500 to his family and the charity before I even did the video. Well before, a few hours before I even made the video. It wasn't until the end of the video where I also said, I'm asking anybody of you, if you're watching me right now, to donate to Etika. I'm going to put the link in the description. And hell yeah, I put ads on this shit, and it's all going to Etika. All the ad revenue is going towards Etika.
See, now, Mr. Jaystation, you had me confused here, because in your last video, you did say something about ads. I'm pretty sure it's along the lines of people who have ads about this kind of stuff are just looking for profit for themselves. People who don't have ads just don't want to have that money go towards, good causes. So either way, you're trying to justify putting ads, which it's cool that, as long as you're speaking truthfully, of course, that money would be going towards Etika and his family. That's great. That is fantastic. However, you can't call out other people for doing that as well, because and this might not be true for all situations, of course. There's always the possibility that it's not. But how do you know for a fact that they're also not, they're not sending that money towards other charities, or other good causes? You can't say that. And the reason why people don't go out and say that, that's what they're going to do, is because a lot of the time, it's because, as I mentioned before, it makes them look like they're just trying to humble brag. Which, in most instances, that's not what's happening. But that's why a lot of people don't do that, is because it makes it look like they're trying to be like, oh, look at me, I'm such a good person. See what I do with this money? I give it to good, for good causes and stuff like that. They say that the people who donate to these charities and these causes are usually the best people when they don't talk about it. They don't go out and be like, yeah, I donated $50,000 to St. Jude's. I did this. It's because whenever people do that, it really does make them look like they're just trying to paint themselves as better people. So you can't go and say that anyone who tries to monetize off this shit is doing it for their own personal gain, because you don't know that. And then for you to put ads on your stuff and then put that money towards charity is great, but then you're being a hypocrite by going and saying people who do that are definitely not, that's not why they're doing it. It doesn't really make sense. You can't really be the person who decides if that's what's happening or not, because you don't know. You said it yourself. People have people are different, on YouTube as to in real life, So it's a slippery slope. You said yourself that people wear these masks, yet you're trying to say that those masks, you're trying to assume what the person is without their mask, and it's, I don't know. Let's just keep going. This is...
People didn't watch that far. As of right now, when I'm making this video, yesterday's video on Etika so far has 1 million views. My typical video with 1 million views normally makes like $1,000 or $2,000. So for keeping my promise in yesterday's video of donating all the ad revenue gained from that video, I'm going to be donating another $2,000 to Active Minds, which was Etika's mom's charity choice. I never wanted to capitalize on Etika's death or suicide in general. Ever. This topic connects with me so deep. I want to talk to as many people as I can about this topic. So I want to ask you, if you are watching me, either to support me or to hate me, please donate to Etika's GoFundMe. Link is going to be in the description.
Again, it's good that these charities are getting money. The problem is that he's borderline bragging about it. And I think that's where a lot of other people's issues come in, is he's trying to use the fact that he's donating as a platform to paint himself in a better light, and it's kind of dumb. I mean, again, I am not saying that donating to charities is bad, and I'm not saying that talking about it is bad. What I'm saying is there's a lot of hypocrisy coming from the fact that he's talking about, people not donating, not being real, but then every 4 seconds he's talking about all the money that he's donated, which, again, makes it sound like he's trying to use that as some form of justification for what he's saying, and that's kind of dumb.
I also want to say that all the money raised on this video as well is going to be donated again to Etika's charity. I feel like so many YouTubers just remove the ads out of respect, but I feel like the real respect is to contribute to the cause of mental illness. This man died. These YouTubers, your favorite YouTubers, are millionaires, and they can't donate $1.
What I find absolutely ridiculous, one of the numerous things I find absolutely ridiculous, is literally in his last video, he was bitching about how people put ads on these videos talking about, these awful things, and the only reason why they're doing it is so they can make, a couple $1,000. Now he's coming back and saying that putting ads on the video is the highest, the best way to, support mental illness, and, it's the greatest form of respect. You literally were just bitching about how people are trying to monetize, these videos talking about these unfortunate events and how it's, disgusting and all that. And now you're saying it's okay and you should do that? Damn, make up your mind. All right, what do you want? Do you want people to, monetize these videos so, it shows respect towards whatever they're talking about, or not? Figure it out, please. Because you going back and forth and being really wishy-washy is ridiculous. I know that the only reason you're saying this shit is because you got hella of negative feedback. Like, this is the only reason this video exists, is because people are pissed off about the idiocy that is coming out of your mouth. Like, it's ridiculous. It is so dumb. Make up your mind, man. If you're going to make a video trying to, explain your actions, justify everything, at least do a good job on it, man. Like,
I don't think they really care. And what Etika was talking about on his very last video is exactly what needs to happen. YouTube needs to become a better place. The only reason why I'm bringing up what just happened to me the other week is because it all relates to why this Etika story has affected me so much.
You know what, Jaystation? I'm going to do you a solid. Alright, I'm going to tell you exactly how we can make YouTube a better place. Alright, I agree with you. YouTube, they could do a bit better. There's a couple of things they could do. Alright, get rid of the Paul brothers. That'd be like 50% of the problem. But no. I can tell you how you can help. Alright, there's this little nifty thing called not uploading anymore. Alright, or either that, or honestly, I see that as being your only option, dude. This is ridiculous. Yeah, I agree with you. YouTube needs to be a better place. You doing shit like your little, I'm gonna contact this person that died with the Ouija board. That's what's wrong with YouTube. Is shit like that exists, and you're getting popular from this. The fact that I heard about you says that somehow, you're getting fame from this one way or another. You're going to grow, all right? And that's what's sad. That's what's sad about YouTube, is you clickbait people using someone's death. You then go and say that people who do the same thing are worse, but then whenever you start getting shit for it, you come back trying to justify it. Like, yeah, that's what's wrong with YouTube. That is what's wrong with YouTube, is the fact that people can go on this site and get fame from the shortcomings of others. That's what's wrong. That is what's wrong with this site. I 100% agree with you. You know how you can fix that? Stop uploading or delete your channel. One or the other. I feel like that'll probably help.
It's very relevant to what is going on. This is why Etika has impacted me so much. This is why I connect with what Etika was talking about, and that's why I can relate to him. This man is very influential to me. I fully connect with what he was talking about. It could have been me that was dead last week, and if my mom was standing up there on my YouTube video and crying, would you be saying this to her?
About 2 days ago, I made a video calling out this douchebag piece of shit named Jason, who made a video where he pretends that he was beaten and robbed and nearly killed. It's all very fake, and I called it out and took a shit on it, made fun of it.
Would you be telling her that it's all fake? Would you be telling her to show police reports and make a new video about it? You know how painful that would be? How painful would it be to Etika, that has thousands of fans? People who supposedly care about him. But when he's obviously crying out for help, people put clown emojis in the chat. People think it's all a game.
Now this was something that kind of pushed my buttons a little bit, First of all, I'm not really going to comment much on the Penguins talking about this guy getting robbed, because honestly, I didn't really know too much about it. That was one video that I just didn't really watch. So I'm not really going to comment on the validity of those claims, that it was fake, whatever. My problem right now is Jaystation is talking about how, what if I died? You know, what if I died? You know, do you think that'd be cool? Do you think, you know, how would my mom feel and stuff like that? And it's like, he's trying to turn this around from it being about Etika to it being about himself and the people making claims that what happened to him didn't actually happen. It isn't that relevant that you got robbed. It's not that relevant. And the fact that you're trying to make it relevant by using, you know, Etika is disgusting. It really is. Because this has nothing to do with Etika. It's about you wanting to get back at the people who are claiming that what happened to you was fake. That's what this is about. And that's why I don't like you. You're trying to make it seem like you can relate to Etika on such a level. Whenever last video, you just talked about how you had to look him up. You didn't even know him. Yet now you're coming back and you're acting the same way you were saying people shouldn't be. You know, but oh, I forgot. You donated money, so you're allowed to say those things. My bad. Anyways, it's ridiculous. He's trying to turn this thing around and paint himself as a good guy by using this, you know, the Etika situation as a way to be like, oh, what if, you know, how do you think Etika would feel about this? And that's awful. That's disgusting. And that's one of the ways that he's trying to capitalize on Etika's death, is by saying shit like that.
Suicide is very serious, and so am I. I'm very serious. I feel like my last video was taken the complete wrong way based on the title and the thumbnail. My goal is to reach as much people as possible. We do need to make a change. There is a big issue on YouTube and in general about mental health, especially in this social media age. What people comment to you in the chats can deeply affect you. I had 50,000 people tell me I should die yesterday. That I don't know what depression is. You don't really know me. Like what Etika was saying, we're not a cartoon character. We are real people. Imagine how painful it would have been for Etika's mom. When Etika was first missing, when everybody was saying it was fake. It was just an act. So before I end the video, I just want to tell you guys that I really did almost die last week.
Man, I'm getting so tired of beating this dead horse. But it is ridiculous how many times he's had to mention that he's almost died. And how it relates to Etika's death. And how he's the victim of this entire situation, because what happened to Etika is like what's happening to me right now. And I can relate to him on such a level, even though I didn't know who he was until yesterday. Like, it's ridiculous that I don't even know how he formulates this kind of stuff, man. It is so dumb. Like, the past video and a half has just been hypocrisy. Him calling out other people for not being as gracious as him, humble bragging, and then talking about how he almost died and how that is so relevant. And it's just pissing me off so much that this is still a topic in these videos, the fact that he got robbed. Like, dude, you're going to have people who make claims saying, oh, it's fake. You know, it didn't happen. You taking, like, 4 videos to talk about it is dumb. All you're doing is feeding them. Just stop talking about it. Who cares if they want to say it was fake or not? Why does it matter? Just move on. Stop trying to use someone else's death to talk about it. That's ridiculous. It doesn't make you look like a good guy. And you're trying so hard to make yourself look like a good guy. I'll tell you, it's not working. Seriously. Just stop, dude.
I was going out of consciousness, and I thought I was done. I thought I was gonna get murdered. The thought did come in my head, what people are gonna say online about me. Are they gonna talk about all the bad things I did? Like making the Ouija board Mac Miller video or XXX Tentacion video? And what's even worse is, are they gonna make a Ouija board video about me, man?
I'm not sure if I can keep going with this. This is ridiculous. It sounds like the thing that he's worried about the most out of all of this is the fact that if he died, people would make Ouija board videos out of him. Like, why is that your biggest concern? Why does it... I don't know. Again, just beating a dead horse, talking about the robbery and shit, and it's so ridiculous, so stupid.
I thought about my parents and them having to live with their son dying in public, with the public commenting about it. We're making videos saying this guy's a trash human being, or are they gonna say it's all an act? Would my mom be crying and you be telling how much of a shitty person I am for faking this video when it wasn't fake? So that's why I titled it the same as the XXX video and the same as the Mac Miller video, because I wanted everyone who hated it before to come and see this new one where I apologized about it. And I do want to say again, I am sorry, and it's never going to happen again. I will never do that. And, you know, people change. Before, I didn't think there was anything wrong. I'm going to be real, or I wouldn't have done it. I never want to do bad things, man. I'm just going to be real. If I did it, it's because I didn't think it was a big deal. I do realize how stupid it was to make those videos, especially after coming so close to dying. And then when I put out the video about me almost dying, me escaping a home invasion where they tied me to a pole, almost killed me. They were going to bash my head with a hammer, and they put knives on my neck and told me they were going to kill me if I didn't give them something I didn't even have. It was traumatic. That's why I'm in a hotel right now. It still affects me to this day, bro. It messed my head up. So I'm telling you, when Etika died and Etika was still missing, people were saying it was fake. Reminded me of how when I almost died, people were saying it was fake, bro. It messed me up, bro. And I thought of Etika's mom. And that's why I want to support him right now. And that's why I donated money. And that's why I want to say I'm sorry for making those videos. And I mean that. It was a bad, I don't know, maybe I put out the video with the wrong title. Maybe I should have made a regular title. But I wanted all those people who got mad before, which was millions, to see it. And I knew if I just titled it regularly, no one's going to see it, bro.
Mr. Jaystation, I think that's the brunt of your problems, is the way you titled it. If you would have made it, as you said, if you would have made it, normally titled, honestly, that would be the better thing to do. Instead of turning in the clickbait. Because making it a clickbait video was not a good idea. And that's probably why a lot of people are mad at you, is you did title it the same way you titled everything else. Honestly, I really don't think it was, so I could spread awareness faster. I don't think that's what it was. I think that you did it so you could get views. But now that shit's hit the fan, all of a sudden it was about spreading the good word. And that's the part that I find really hard to believe, is the fact that the only reason you titled it like that was because you knew from the very start, that was your master plan. Like, you knew that it wouldn't get views, and people wouldn't get to hear your Prometheus of knowledge. No one would be able to hear what you had to say unless you clickbaited. And now, the you're getting negative feedback about that, all of a sudden that was part of your plan. And that's ridiculous, especially because you used the last 2 videos to brag about the money you donated. You've been wishy-washy about your stand on people talking about, how they feel and their problems and looking for help. You've been wishy-washy about how people should support mental illness and how they should support the creators that they, care for. And you've used all of this as a way to make yourself into a victim. All I've gathered from this is pretty much, in a nutshell, you being like, oh yeah, what happened to Etika was awful, but I got robbed and I almost died. That's why you're a piece of shit. Is you could have very easily made a normal video talking about the situation, giving your thoughts on it, and calling it good. But instead, you made it clickbait. Your goal was not to make, to spread awareness. That was not your goal. Your goal was to get views. It only became your goal whenever you realized you messed up. So, I don't know. That's my synopsis. I think I'll let Penguins take away from here. Take it from here.
You're just such a piece of shit, man. You really, really are. I thought you hit rock bottom when you convinced your children audience that you'd just gotten your ass beaten and robbed, but this is an even newer low. Trying to platform and make yourself look like a good person, even though you piggyback off of everyone's death in society. You're just such a fucking vulture. A literal ass vulture. You suck, man. I don't like you. Most people don't like you for a good reason. Your audience doesn't even like you. Your Patreon fucking crashed and burned on arrival. The only reason you have viewers is by pure accident. A literal machine anomaly that you have an audience. You suck, Jason. You absolutely suck. Rice Gum used to be the worst douche tuber on the website, but Jaystation has blown him out of the water now that Rice Gum's faded into obscurity and no one knows who he is anymore and stopped making content. Now Jaystation has taken that mantle and he is owning that shit. He has really made that his identity, just being a hated piece of shit. Congratulations, Jason. See ya.
It's the video. I just wanted to talk about how I felt about Jaystation, and I don't know. It's kind of a way to vent, sort of, to rant about it, because I really, really don't like him. What he did, trying to capitalize on the tragedy. I don't know. The entire situation just messed up. Especially whenever he had the gall to go and talk about how all these other people were, awful for trying to, gain from this. Yet that's what he's been trying to do for the past 3 days now. Is he's trying to get popular from it. He's trying to use it as a way to make himself look better, which is pretty messed up as well. And he's just a piece of shit. I just kind of want to talk about it. I'm not sure the reception I could get from this could be terrible. People probably will dislike the fact that I talked about this for a very long time. Or people might like that I did, share my thoughts about it. Either way, it is what it is. If I get negative reception from it, I'll just go back to my, playing video games and uploading that. I've had a couple of videos in the works the past couple months now, talking about a couple of individuals who I am not very fond of, and I would like to very much share my feelings on them. However, that's not set in stone if I'll do that yet, because it's not really what I'm wanting to go for. I don't like having to make these videos, which I don't really have to make these videos, or this video, rather. I just felt like I should, because, again, as I keep saying the same shit over and over again, but, YouTube needs to do something about Jaystation. The only intelligent thing Jaystation said across both of those videos that YouTube is not a great platform. It's not. It's not a great platform. It's pretty shitty. YouTube screws people over all the time. YouTube will screw people over. People have, make YouTube videos as a way to survive. That'll be their job. Making videos, and YouTube will just wake up and, just demonetize them or shut them down for the most ridiculous of reasons. And it screws people over. So I do agree that YouTube is a pretty shitty platform. However, anyone on the YouTube team that's watching this, one thing you could do? Instead of screwing over the good people that are keeping your platform alive, go after people who are trying to make money off of other people's deaths. You could do that. You could do that. Instead of screwing people over because they said a naughty word on your platform, they said the F word or the S word. Instead of screwing them over, instead of screwing over the people who are keeping your platform alive, go after the people who are actually the scum that make your platform worse. Jaystation, for example. Do something about that. Do something about him making videos trying to monetize people's deaths. Do something about that. That is the best way you could make your platform better. Is go after the content creators who are actually shitty people. It's one less problem to deal with. Anyways, that's all with Bitching with Phoenix. I was your host, Phoenix. As I mentioned earlier, could get kind of bad reception for this, so I would like to hear your thoughts and feelings if you'd like me to do more videos like this. I'm not trying to do this to, fall to the same lows. I'm not making this video just to, try to get fame from Etika. It's not what I'm trying to do. Right now, I just want to share my feelings on Jaystation and how he is a shitty person. Honestly, this video could go unseen for a very long time. Perhaps the internet historians that dig it up will see this as a time capsule, I guess, of how things were back before the third Me More. But anyways, I would like to hear your thoughts and feelings. If you disagree with something I had to say, I'd be more than welcome to hear you out. Have a little bit of discussion about it. I have been up for over, almost 24 hours now. I could have missed something. I could have said something that might not necessarily be true, so please call me out on it, and I would be more than welcome to discuss it with you in a formal and passive situation, environment. I'd love to talk about it with you. So feel free to talk about it. If you agree with me, go for it. This is not a video to condone any witch hunts. Jaystation's already receiving enough shit. People don't need to go after him and make it their job to be inquisitors. He will receive his just desserts. It's just people need to be aware that he's a shitty person, which should be pretty obvious from the past couple of videos he's made. But anyways, I will have a link down below to the different charities that you can donate to if you want to support Etika and his family. You're more than welcome to do that. And remember, if you do need help, if you are in a situation where you feel trapped and alone, don't be scared to look for help. People like Jaystation want to tell you that looking for help is just you wanting attention and you being selfish. That's not true. That's not true. If you truly need help, and you truly feel that way, search for help. Don't let it just fester up, because that is not healthy. That is not good. Don't be afraid to search for help. I know this is kind of a different video than what I usually do, and I kind of hope that I won't feel inclined to make more videos like this, but I just felt like I needed to, share my 2 cents on the, Jaystation's, problem. I thank you guys so much for watching. Keep an eye out for any other posts I may make soon. And I'll see you all in the next one. Cheers.